morning. Lie down, you. Not you that's listening or watching. Yeah, back at Bridge of Orkney. There's a very good reason. I'll explain everything later. You're probably getting a lot of wind noise. They're predicting 39 to 43 miles per hour winds, mph winds. Sorry, I've been driving all night. I'm tired as usual. We got clobbered by that rain, but luckily it's breaking up a bit now. So we're going to go to a plantation because of the strong winds. I don't want to be on any tops and I don't want to be on the loch. So go to the plantation and pick a spot that's sheltered but not too sheltered, because tomorrow morning the midges will be out. Stella's going in the bog. Good girl, Stella. The river's come back up, as you can see, so they've had some rain. Thank God, it was really dry. And that was 4 weeks ago. So, big difference. But yeah, I've got about 3 or 4 good days here, then 1 offish day, and then we've got a bail as far as I know, because it looks like the weather's bad. Again, I apologise for any wind noise. I'll talk to you further up when it's a bit quieter. I've got some shelter. Having a little rest. A bit sheltered here. Sky is still a bit iffy. I'm warm. I'm using a decathlon pack. I'll show you later. Much lighter load out as such. I've got a bag with bits. The load out is about 45 pounds, and I'm carrying probably about another 5 or 6 there in bits, food, extras, silly little things. So much lighter pack. Dogs are carrying the normal thing. Stella's just being Stella, and we're going to get moving, because as soon as you stop, it's amazing how chilly you get after a bit. So yeah, we'll carry on moving. We had to do the bog of death because the river was too high. It was a good 12 inches high. It would have been lapping over the top of the boots. I had white feet. So now we got to hit the bridge of death. Right. I was looking for a pitch spot. And that ain't too bad. It slopes either side, which is good for any runoff. But zero windy. Great in the winter, terrible for now. Tomorrow when the temperatures come up, things will start getting really buggy. Probably even tonight. We need wind. Down there it's very windy. So I found a spot. I've come in from the trees. The only issue I'm worried about is, will the ground hold water if it rains overnight? So there's areas here you could clear and get tented, maybe sloped on some spots, but yeah, zero wind, and I mean zero wind. Leave that grass, you. I don't want to eat grass. She didn't eat a brekkie this morning. She was so excited, so if she eats grass instead of brekkie, she'll be puking. But as soon as you get about here, look, oh, my wood pile's still here. No one used it. Well, it'll rot. But there's the tree that we messed about with, trying to cut off. So that never did fall. And where was it? Yeah. The hammock was between that one and that one, I think. It's just where the pile is. So there's somewhere up here. So over to that big one there. Lovely. And of course, the dogs were the only ones lying down, but I was sitting and it was a kind of slope, and sometimes I was all over the place. But everything's very boggy and very wet, so they must have had a lot of rain these last couple of weeks. It was dry as could be 4 weeks ago. Alright, get down here without breaking my neck. I'll show you the pitch spot, or where I'm going to pitch. So I'm thinking summer here, but boy, that wind is getting stronger. I'd like to push back a bit further. There was a nice spot. See that spot there between these two trees? Brilliant. That was absolutely full of cow dung. That would have been nice, tucked away, getting wind, but tucked away. Go on. Into a burning energy. See, look at this, isn't this lovely? I think I've pitched a hot tent here, but it's cow dung. I don't fancy shoveling it. It's scattered all over the place here. You know what it's like once you dig it out. That would have been nice. It does slope down now, so it might get wet. I'll keep looking until I find the right one, because getting the right one is the most important thing for the wind. Because if you get hit by the wind really bad, have a really bad night. This dips. This is not bad though, is it? It does dip. So if it rains, it'll run down. The wind is coming from, it should be coming from over there, which is southwesterly. I think it is, to be honest, but I think it's also blowing through there. Let's have a look. Oops, I'm nearly following you, Stella. Right, I'll get back to you on this one. I'm not in a rush to pitch because it's about getting it done right for the first time. Otherwise, you regret it as soon as you pitched it. So, I know it's a late assessment or whatever, but must be done, mustn't it? The Van Gogh Cairngorm 300. It's the Cairngorm Mark II. I don't know what they changed. Someone would probably tell me. Colour. Good. That light green is sometimes better than that dreadful, awful deep green that so many tents are made of now. That, I don't know. No, neither one or the other. This fades really well. Obviously I've changed the lines because their lines are very thick and chunky, and there's just no need for it, I don't think. Plus I like the brighter lines because for the dogs. Side, oh well, setup. Very, extremely easy. You know what I mean? You can set it up within minutes. If I was timing myself, I'd say 4 or 5 minutes at the most. Just one big pole across the centre and 2 small ones that just prop up the front and back. This weight, I hear people say it's 2.1 kilograms or something. I don't know about all that because I measure everything in pounds. But I got the footprint, which is the official Van Gogh Cairngorm footprint, or for the Nevis as well. And this total, because I changed the lines, comes to £6. So for a 3-person tent, or in my case, 1 person with 3 dogs and plenty of room and reasonable sturdiness, then I think you can't go wrong, can you? As I say, room in this. I mean, you could squeeze 3 people in. It'd be tight because obviously you ain't got that space on the porch areas for kit. So if you had some kit inside, you really would be squeezed. But apart from that, 2-person and kit, yes. Or in my case, 1 person and 3 dogs, decent sized dogs. I think that's brilliant. Warmth, very warm tent. It's also got good ventilation, so it's kind of across. I think what wins it is the doors are solid mesh, not that very fine mesh that lets all the air and drafts in. So when you zip up, you are quite cosy, you know what I mean, which is nice. Condensation, I mean, all tents are going to get condensation, so and sagginess the same, you're going to get that. But I like it. I don't know why I haven't used it so much. I think it's because it's an older tent, and you know, I've used it, so I just want to try different things. It reminds me, I know a lot of people are going to say no, but it's very similar to the Scarp 2 or whatever. All you need is the crossover poles, wouldn't you? But obviously this is much heavier than that kind of, and the price. I mean, I paid something like 70 quid in the good time. I think they discontinued this and changed it to a Nevis or something. I would guess. I don't know. I guess these are about £200 now. But it's been out several times in the Peak District many years ago. It's been stored dry and, you know, been aired and everything. But I haven't used it, as I say, for a long time. It's kind of tent that I always saw as, you know, when I mean disposable, I don't mean nastiness. I mean just a tent you can bring out if you need to, and what happens to it. You know what I mean? But obviously, I was always looking for lighter tents or structurally stronger. So I tried Hillybergs and the Falraven and all that kind of tents, and then I went on to lighter stuff like the Hillyberg and Aris and some tarp tents, and like the Go Light Shangri-La, which with the inner and all that isn't that light really when you put all the kit together. I think it changed many names that I did. Turned to a Niger, and then I think it's a back now. But and I think they're getting heavier and heavier as they got kind of taken over by different companies. But it used to be a good tent in its day, the Go Light Shangri-La. So yeah, rating it, comparing it to price that I paid, the size of it, and how it holds up relatively well. I mean, I wouldn't put this on a summit and expect force 10 winds or anything like that, but do you know what I mean? For a general camping tent, like, you know, people that want to get into it, if you see one of these second hand or something, because they still go around second hand, if it's in relatively good nick and pretty cheap, then grab it, because it's a good tent if you and your friend want to go trekking. Excuse me, wind and cold. So yeah, I think it's a very underrated tent. You don't see much talk about it. I don't know why. I think Duke of Edinburgh used to use a lot of these. I would guess in the day a lot of people on West Highland Way would use these if they were camping into trekking in twos, and I think it's a decent tent. Like, it comes down to the ground. They've got ventilation both ends, so it ticks all the boxes. You know, you're not going to get tons of draft, and it's relatively sturdy. And the pole, if it snaps, you can, you know, you got the pole sleeve, and you can kind of get it back home, and you can order another pole from Van Gogh for about 20 quid, something like that. It won't be much more. Probably see them on Fleabay go for about £10-15 if you're lucky. As I say, I've got the additional footprint. You don't have to have that, but I just like it because it just gives you a bit more insurance. Because I'm always pitching on some of the worst ground, sometimes very boggy and marshy, and we're getting more rain, more mist, and stronger winds. Like today, the winds have been, they say, 38, 39, could be gusting to 43. At times, I think it's been close to that, but not quite that. But we're expecting a lot of rain tonight, so hopefully any rain will run off. But yeah, it's very warm when you're in. I'm starting to get chilly hands and feel cold once you zip them doors. Rebel, leave that. It keeps you warm. I wouldn't be out in the winter or whatever in this, but it does the job for now. Right, in you. It's raining. In. Kids, eh? Update. We haven't done anything. Got another hour's sleep. It was raining, so we came in. It wasn't a heavy rain, but it was enough to saturate you. Having a lovely dream. Don't know what it's about, but I like to pick it up. Oh. Then I realised, I thought, oh God, I must be getting late. Check and watch, it was about 9:15. 7:15, sorry. Still half asleep now. So I thought I'd better feed these monsters because, and I thought, it don't look that windy out, but thankfully it was breezy out. This tent really hides it well. What else? Got some more water for them. Oh yeah, slight disaster. I charged my light at home to make sure it's charged, and all the lights were off. So I thought, oh, it's fully charged. But the white cable it came with, this isn't the original one. I just checked, and it was broken. Where it fits here, and obviously when I was at home thinking it was charging, it wasn't charging, so the light was dead. I was like, no. Then I opened the door and the door fell off, so it must be getting close to its expiry date of, I don't know, about a year or so. So that's uncharged, which is a pain because I could have charged it earlier, but I'm going to just lie here and rest because I don't want to sleep too much, otherwise I won't sleep tonight. I had some more. What I always do on the first day is have rolls. I just don't fancy cooking or anything because normally I'm busy, but today, because I wasn't so busy, I had plenty of time to cook. But there you go. So yeah, been a bit of a drab day. If it weren't windy and chilly, then we kept coming, getting these showers. The weather said it was supposed to brighten up. It did as such, but not for long. So I'm hoping the next couple of days are not going to be a washout. Whatever I do, I'll be able to get down to them river crossings, see how much they rise with the water, but also do some searching around there. So if I pitch down there, which is a nice short, slow hike for Stella tomorrow, so that's no problem. It says it's going to rain from about 10 o'clock tonight all the way to about 6, 7 in the morning. So I don't know if that's heavy rain or just a normal drizzle. So I'm prepared more or less for that. They got blankets on. To be honest, it's not that cold in here. It's quite warm. But I'm thinking, like, if they get nice and cozy, they'll settle down more. On the first day, they seem to be overexcited as well. Stella, well, she's always going to be tired for her age, but these two, I mean, Rogue at home would never sleep this much, but I think she burns herself out with excitement. That hike in, it's only about, what, 4 miles, 5 at the most, and she probably burns up more energy on that hike in than she does all day at home. She gets overexcited. She loves it. So yeah, I'm just going to rest while that light is charging. So I've got enough for tonight. I've got a solar charger with me, so I'd like to do all that. The power bank I want to keep for the phone just in case of emergencies. If the weather's really bad and I need to use the power bank to charge my phone, because my phone does all the videoing and takes photos, and I can get updates from a Garmin better, which is somewhere down here. Yeah. Keep that nearby just in case I need it for weathers. That works a treat. Say the Garmin watch works brilliant for everything, including a map. So I do carry a compass. I don't need a map here because I know my location. So if I got lost in an area that I don't know, I know which way to head. If I go north, I'm going towards Munro's. If I go northeast, I'll be heading out. So if I take a bearing from my location northeast, I will eventually get near Loch Dochard and back out. So it's not an issue with me unless we're in dense fog all day. Then I think anyone would have problems. Right, so that's it. So I'm going to sign off. There's not much to do today. It's been a boring first day, but these days happen, don't they? As I say, I shot up. It's normally every 4 to 6 weeks when I was doing it, and it's been 4 weeks this time. you just got to grab the days when you can, because they're short and fast, you know what I mean? Last time we had a lovely heat wave spell in May, but the UK is getting a lovely heat wave at this very moment, but it's not reaching Scotland. We seem to be getting the colder spell, and from what I'm seeing, the colder spell is going to be moving down in about 4 days' time. Oh, one thing I would like to do is, the plan was come here for 4 or 5 days, see how the weather goes. If the weather was not as bad as predicted, there's a dog missing. Steel Falls, Walton Nevis, not far from Ben Nevis. Thankfully the dog's not all the way up there. It's the Steel Falls area. That track that leads to Steel Falls, I've never been on it, but I've just taken some brief info. It's a golden retriever called Louis, and he went missing 2 weeks ago, and you know, everyone's feeling the worst, but they have heard barking from different locations when people have been there, so that shows the dog's not trapped, because it's obviously barking somewhere different, and it is around in the area. So what I plan to do is go out if I can and not search for it, because with my 3 dogs and all that, I said to the owner, I says, because someone contacted me and told me, and then they passed my details to the owner, and the owner just got in contact with me, and we started chatting. I says, if the weather's not too bad and if I can do it, then I'll go out after I finish this search and pitch just for the night and see if I can hear barking, you know, because with my 3 making noise and giving out a scent, you know what I mean, and just being dogs, you know, the other dog, if it's nearby, will hear. Now the problem is it won't get too close, but it'll be curious, and you never know, we might hear barking, and I can try and locate the area and report it to the owner so they can get someone up there searching. The thing is not to put groups out, or drones. People are saying drones and everything. It sounds great, doesn't it? But if a dog's spooked and it hears a drone, it'll probably either go to ground or run away. So the thing is, if you see it running away, then you're only pushing it further away, and the chances are that it'll go into a more remote area. I mean, it'll survive, and especially this time of year, but the thing is, it'll make your searching harder. The aim of the game is, like us, pitch the tent, get the dog more or less get curious and come within a certain distance to us so I can locate it, and I don't try and chase it or anything, you know what I mean, because it just spook off again. But you never know, it might come for food, it might come through curiosity, but that's a brief chance of that happening. Best thing is to get a location, know the dog is barking so it's healthy, and try and get the owner up there to get nearer and nearer, because the dog, even with the owner, will have a problem, because at the moment the dog's freaking out probably, and also probably enjoying its life because it's got freedom and it's gone back to instinct, what dogs do. So it might even freak out if the owner approaches it, but with time, I know it's not nice for the owner to hear, but it takes time and patience. The dog will slowly show itself and come back to you, or come within chance of you giving it some food or a ball or something to kind of entice it to get back to you. And once it picks your scent up close up, it'll be fine. You'll be back, and you've got to get back in your hands. You've got a lead on it. It's a therapy dog. People were saying it's a support dog and all this. Support dog seems to be the one that gives you alerts that the daughter's epileptic. So the dog is a therapy dog, but if it was a support dog, it would give alerts to maybe upcoming seizures or something like that. With a therapy dog, it's more supportive. So if the patient, I'll call the patient, has seizures, the dog seems to provide that support. Seems to know. Certain dogs, certain breeds are very good at it, you know what I mean? It's instinct. It's like these would be good for searching, these were good for protection. Retrievers and dogs as such, you know what I mean, Labradors, things like make very good therapy and support dogs. I'm not an expert on that side, so I'm not going to try and admit I don't know anything about therapy or support dogs. But yeah, that's if the weather's not too bad. But if the weather's freaking out, the dog will just go to ground. So if I pitch there I could be there all week, you know what I mean, in pouring rain. The dog ain't going to come out. It could have found a cave, it could have found some nice sheltered area. It could be just coming out at night, you know what I mean? So I can only do what I can do, so I'll try my best. I mean, at the moment the weather doesn't look too good, but things change so much here. So that would be either a Monday or Tuesday, just one night. If it was going to be good, I'd spend a couple of nights there, you know what I mean, because I've got the right supplies and all that, but I don't think I'll be lucky enough to get 2 nights because the weather's on the change. But anyway, sorry I'm talking, but trying to explain what I'm doing, why I've come up. People say, well, if you come out and you're just sitting in a tent on the first day, well, that's life. You can come here. You saw it last time I was here. It was beautiful. We could do more. We're out in the sun. You just don't know what you're going to get. It's the Scottish Highlands. It changes and it's unpredictable as ever. You just got you either sit at home and do nothing and watch telly, or kind of like me, I'm painting the house and I hate doing that job. You know what I mean? So I'll do anything to come to the Scottish Highlands, definitely, rather than paint my house. So yeah, I was just trying to explain what I'm doing and why I'm here, because I know a lot of people take interest in the ongoing searches and my dogs, and they'd like to know how Stella's getting on. She's doing fine. Doing much better today because she had so much rest beforehand, so that's a lesson to learn. That's about it. Nothing else to tell you, except I'm waiting for this to charge out a bit, so I've got at least some light for tonight when I need it. Right, love you and leave you. Probably be talking to you in the morning unless we have a disaster. At 8 o'clock. And I think it gets dark about 9:30, 10ish. Today, especially because it's overcast, probably more 9:30ish. And probably be light about 3ish. Again, it counts on the weather. If it's raining, it'll probably take longer. Right. Sorry, I'm rambling now. I'll see you in the morning.